It is really such an unfortunate sight. I keep saying this because these are our star wrestlers. Some of these people have won Olympic medals for India. And to see them sitting at Jantar Mantar in the heart of the national capital repeatedly saying nobody is paying attention to us. It's so difficult in this country to get the police to register an FIR on the complaint of star athletes in this country. The Delhi Commission for Women and the National Commission for Women have to step in saying we're going to look into the matter. Fact of the matter is the Sports Ministry is not only cognizant of this case, they have set up a committee. What are they going to do about it? And also the fact that the man we are talking about, who's at the heart of all these allegations, is not just a 3-time president of the federation, he's also a BJP MP, an MP belonging to the ruling party. That does not send out the right message, does it?
See, now there are different facets. Look into the functioning of the federations. To that I'll come later. First of all, talking about Brij Bhushan Singh, you said the BJP MP. He is a 6-time MP. So you can look at his clout. Somebody who is coming back to parliament through what we claim as democratic system or electoral process. So he knows how to control things. And the way federations are run, that's one other thing. Now talking about the wrestlers and about the complaint not being registered at this point of time, the other thing about the committee that was set up in January. 6 athletes, 6 eminent athletes, and the wrestlers who are protesting, who are the victims means per se, they were not happy with the committee, not just about Mary Kom, but also about one from their fraternity, Yogeshwar Dutt, an Olympics medalist. So the breach of trust has been there right from the beginning. The fear was there that the things will be swept under the carpet. And now the committee, what report suggests, is saying that wrestlers could not prove sexual harassment.
According to sources, even though it's not been made public yet.
It's not been made public,
yes,
but according to reports, according to sources. So now means you being a woman or Meha sitting here, is it possible for a woman to prove sexual harassment which happens behind the walls like fortress? You're dealing with a 6-time MP who has got everything at his disposal. And I have seen in the federation, like, you as a journalist, Meha as a journalist, or me, we can go and talk to the president, or we can walk into their offices. I have seen the office staff sitting in an air-conditioned room during May, June, July, and wrestlers waiting under the tree to register their grievance or to get something from the federation. So that's how the federations function.
Meha, let me bring you in at this point. Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, the man who is in the eye of the storm, of course, has denied all the allegations against him. We know he enjoys a lot of political clout. Rajendra ji just mentioned he is a 6-time MP. He's been president for 3 terms. Now, according to the sports code, if you've completed 12 years as as a wrestling federation chief, you're anyway ineligible to contest. The man says, don't worry, I'm not going to throw my hat into the ring for the 7th May contest. Is he doing anyone a favor by saying this? What does this even mean?
That just goes on to show the kind of mentality that they have, the kind of power that these gentlemen wield. First of all, before I get into the conversation of the right and wrong of it, as a sports journalist, it breaks my heart to see these athletes, these wrestlers sit there at Jantar Mantar in this heat, not for the first time. This is happening for the 2nd time. They demanded justice the first time. Sports minister came in and said, look, we're going to form a committee. Now what has happened is that committee has been formed. This committee was given 3 months to come out with their findings. The report was submitted in the first week of April, and they're still going through that report, is what I'm hearing from the Sports Ministry sources. Having said that, have you been able to satisfy these wrestlers? You're not talking about just any wrestlers, coming out of this country, Neha. You're talking about 2 Olympic winners. You're talking about a multiple world championship winner who's sitting over there. She's won a gold at Asian Games. She's won a gold at Commonwealth Games. Vinesh Fogart, I'm talking about. She's sitting there complaining about this. She's saying 7 women have come out and they want to lodge an FIR, and that FIR cannot be lodged. There is a minor in there. I mean, look at the shambles that this whole situation is in. I mean, I for one cannot figure this out. And this after having spoken to Sports Ministry sources. Now, let me also put that out for everybody who's watching. What is the Sports Ministry saying? The sources within the Sports Ministry are telling me that, first of all, the investigation was done according to what the wrestlers demanded, which meant that, yes, they were unhappy with Yogeshwar Dutt as part of that committee, but then they also said that you've got to get somebody from our side. So Babita Phogat, who is Vinesh Phogat's sister, was brought in. This is what the Sports Ministry sources are telling me, that look, we've done our job. The report was submitted in the first week of April. It's a 500-page report. It will take us some time to go through it. Anyway, we cannot be the one taking a decision on it. So we will read through it and we will come to a decision later on. Now, this is what the Sports Ministry is saying. Mary Kom was somebody that these wrestlers wanted as the head of the committee. Now, my thing is that Sports Ministry can sit and justify all of this, saying that, look, we're going to take some time. Bottom line is that you have India's top wrestlers sitting there and on a dharna saying that justice has not been done. I don't know what Sports Ministry needs to do, whether they've gone the right way, whether they've gone the wrong way. They've got to figure this out, and they've got to make sure that those wrestlers, that they're satisfied with what they've done, whether it comes to the report, whether it comes to the decision of not letting or arresting Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. That's what the wrestlers are demanding right now.
Yes.
If it has to be done, it has to be done. You cannot have a situation like this, and I think the Sports Ministry does have egg on their faces right now.